Hey, so here we are with another rendition of the Three Fucked Up Guys.
The three stogies.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Look,
What?
Jack was okay until he realised he missed out on being a millennial.
I,
now,
I,
now he's,
I, I don't get it. I don't know.
Nicole, I wouldn't say that's Bam Bam in the house. That's
That's
not Bam
Pebbles.
Bam. All
Man,
right.
it's a
Anyways,
dickhead.
let's go over this list real quick. I want to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're from. Andy, Jack, thanks for joining. Shaz, I don't know if Dobby's still here, but Dobby, Freaky Geek, I know is on a be right back. But how's everybody doing this morning?
I'm good.
Living the dream.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, Jack.
Well, I'm almost good. I'm straight and sober.
So I've got energy.
I'll tell you what.
You're done with those batteries.
Oh my lord! You know it's amazing. I don't know how I have money left still, and I'm going to make it till next payday and not be broke.
My guy.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to have a lot of money left, but I won't be broke.
Until you get a letter from work saying that due to the ever increasing fuel prices, we've had to charge you $400 for the lighting and heating while you work.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, just Jim, how you been, man? Long time no see. Hope everything's going well.
Jimbo, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, I know, Jim. It's been a long time
Jimmy.
since. Well, Jim got a new position, a new job in that, so his hours in that conflicted with him being able to come to the show all the time like he used to.
Tell your boss to get a life and shift your hours around.
But like I said, this show isn't a mandatory show. You don't have to be here. I just want you guys to show up and laugh and have fun. Oh, they got a new policy at work, man. Oh my God, this is going to make for a crazy goddamn summer. Okay. Now, it's not a law, but it is corporate now policy. Anybody that comes here from a foreign country, even though they have a proper ID that has the birth date and expiration date and everything on it, if you do not have your passport with you, we cannot serve you alcohol.
What's a load of bollocks?
That's corporate policy now. We didn't know anything about it. We don't even know how long it's been in effect. We just learned this the other day when we had to take what we call a tip class. Everybody had to get certified. You have to be licensed to sell alcohol. So, and that's when we found all this out. So now this town here, I don't know if corporate understands this town because this town here is just a fishing town. It is a tourist trap, and we get people from Czechoslovakia, British Columbia. I mean, from all over the world. And now you're going to tell us that we can't serve them alcohol unless they have a passport. You know how much money they're fixing to lose? What's going on, Nubs? What's up, Spitfire? What's up, Steven?
There's Steven.
But yeah, I mean, this company's fixing to lose a lot of money because one thing these guys should understand, though, is you came to our country, you have to have a passport. Just carry the passport with you. You're in a foreign country, anyways. Take a picture of your passport in case you lose your passport. You won't have so much trouble trying to get another one. But it's just the confrontation. I've had a confrontation now with 3 different people trying to explain to them that I'm sorry, I can't sell you alcohol. Well, my friend can buy it for me, and I'm like, no, he can't because I know he's buying it for you.
Well, he can buy it for you, but he's got to produce his fucking passport to do it.
No, if you guys come in together and one has a passport and one don't, but I know you're together, I can't sell it to you unless you both have proper identification.
That's just a bullshit policy that someone upstairs who's never worked on the shop floor has come up with. Like all big corporate companies do this, make stupid policies, and all that ends up happening is their staff just end up getting abused. So they stop enjoying their job as much because there's too much crap involved.
Exactly. I'm waiting to get shot over this shit, because we're the only liquor store in fucking town.
Good idea, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. Make one of what?
A passport.
Oh.
Amanda.
Amanda, how you doing, hon?
Stephen, try to avoid the gag reflex.
But you know,
We
trying
in
to
my
make
job we
people
operate machinery.
trying to make people understand that I don't make these policies, but I have to follow them. There's a sign that hangs right there. You know, I'm not spending 5 years in fucking prison and paying a $50,000 fine because you want a beer without proper identification.
So
Yeah, no,
if I'd have been born in Alaska,
What's that?
say I'd have been born in Valdez 57 years ago, grew up there my whole life, never left the country, so had no need for a passport, I wouldn't be able to be served, even though I'm obviously over 21.
No. It's only the people from another country. If you're from within the United States.
Right, I've got you. I thought it meant everyone that wants alcohol has to have their passport.
No. Anybody with inside the United States doesn't have to have a passport as long as they got a proper identification card.
The annoying thing is that the person's obviously going to have the passport, wouldn't they? But then, like everyone does on holiday, they don't want to lose their passport, so they keep it at the hotel or wherever they're staying or put it in the safe.
Yeah.
And
then
the worst part is,
you're just going to be like, I just want a freaking beer or I just want a pack of fags or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And people want to show me their passport, a digital picture, but we cannot accept that because it can be altered too easily on a digital image.
Yeah.
So we have to have a hard copy of it or we can't sell it.
When we went to Brighton a couple of weeks ago on a stag do, we had this, and they check everyone for their driving license. You don't have a driving license, you have to show your passport. And there's people like 50 years old getting turned away at the door. You can quite obviously see that they're over 20, or 18,
exactly.
Over 25. I think they have to challenge. So they're over 25. They said they can't do it. And the reason they had it is because basically, if one of you causes trouble in there, they know what your driving license is. So they'll just ban you from all of the pubs. It's like a network thing.
Yep.
To know what you can't get in anywhere. So it all makes sense. But for the people on the door, man, they're getting shit left, right, and centre because you got people, and rightly so. They're like, mate, I've got socks older than you, and you're
exactly.
You tell me I can't go for a beer.
You know, and that's what I try. It's like, look, I'm a drinker. I understand the aggravation. I lived in this town for fucking 2 years with an expired ID, and if your ID's expired here, we can't sell you alcohol. I mean, Alaska is probably one of the strictest states in the United States when it comes to alcohol sales.
That sounds painful, Stephen.
Yeah, Dobbs. I think a lot of people are like that.
Well, see, I can't. Well, I can get a passport, but it's going to cost me a hell of a lot more money than a lot of people. I'm a convicted felon from about 20, 23, 24 years ago. And convicted felons trying to get a passport is almost impossible.
That's wrong. I mean, you get this at any firm. I mean, I operate machinery, like cranes. I drive HGVs, stuff like that, and heavy plant. And we had someone upstairs make a decision to say, when people are being trained, never drove this piece of machinery before, they will do it via the radio. So someone won't sit in the cab with them. So they'll have like a chart showing them what buttons to press and how to. It doesn't work.
How the hell are you training anybody like that?
No, it doesn't work. And I mean, the new lads that have started, I mean, they drive like shit. It slows loading the boats down because they can't get their first line right to be able to make an easy park, if you like. And they're taking shunt after shunt. But no confidence from it. But I think now they've started to change it back because they're realising that the productivities went down. But it's just a prime example of how someone who has never done that job before in their life makes such a huge decision. They just make such a stupid decision. Talk to people who know. It's quite simple. There's too many egos.
Yeah,
that's it. And what's that old saying? Too many spoons in a pot will ruin a fucking soup.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not right.
But you know, like I said, it's company policy. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, my hands are tied.
Yeah, unless you want to lose your job.
And here in this town, the work here is so minimal that you don't want to lose your job in this town.
No. Well, I'm not being funny though, Eddie. Unless, well, I'm not being funny. They could be any colour, any nationality, any age, and they're being sent around all the different company stores to make sure that policy is being carried out.
Well, one of the biggest things that our state looks upon, the reason why we have to look at your ID is we have what they call a red stripe law. Now, if you've gone to court and you've gone through some kind of final judgment that says you are not allowed to have alcohol, blah, 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 for a certain period of time, you get a new ID card and it's got a red thing on it that says alcohol restricted. Now, if that comes up on your ID, you're not even allowed in a liquor store. So I'm not going to sell you alcohol.
So in theory, if you're walking along, you reach in your pockets for a cigarette, think, shit, I'm out of smokes. If you walked in a liquor store, I assume they sell cigarettes over there in liquor stores.
Yep.
Yeah. If you walked in there and you've got to provide ID to get your cigarettes, but it's got that red stripe on it, could you theoretically get in trouble for being inside a liquor store, even though the only thing you're buying is cigarettes and a Bic lighter?
Yes. Hey, Flicka.
Oh, Sophie.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sophie.
The two hobbits turned up at once.
I mean, they let us use our judgment, but it's hard when they're enforcing you have to have a passport. And
Yeah.
that's the hard part. Because like you said, Jack, and I agree, you know, passports aren't cheap. I don't want to carry mine around and end up losing it.
It's not just the cost of it.
It's not. Yeah.
What's going on, Ted?
Yo,
I've
Ted,
just sent off the Doris's little one to have her passport, and it's the ball ache, especially like with the world we live in at the minute. Everything's taken far longer than it needs to, and it's a nightmare. I mean, ours is waiting 2 months, and the last date they've said is I think it's the 26th of May, and I go away on the 20th of May, and it's like, well, I hope that's back in time. Because if not, I've just lost a shed load of money.
At least what we try to do at the liquor store, and not so much for the foreigners because I don't know how their system works over there. But because when we look at an ID, we check for the birth date and we check for the red stripe and we check for expiration date. If we know their ID's coming up close to expiration, we will tell them, look, you're getting close. You might want to go get this renewed. But a lot of people in this town also know too, if you got an expired ID, we can't sell you alcohol. And the reason behind that is because if your ID's expired, how do we know you're not trying to hide that red stripe? You didn't get your new ID. So that's why we can't sell you alcohol on an expired ID.
and also, if it's an expired ID, how can you tell it's 100% genuine?
Well, most of the times, ours here, when you go to renew yours, even though you still have like 4 or 5 days before it expires, they put it through this machine and it actually punches void in the ID itself.
Oh, right. Got you.
So even though it's still good for 3 or 4 days, as long as that void is punched in there in the liquor store, your ID is no good.
Yeah. That's a ball ache.
And like here, you know, parents like their kids, they'll hand them like a bottle or something for them to carry up to the counter, let them feel important. Not in our store. The kid cannot. If your child touches alcohol in there with you, now I can't sell it to you because that is contributing to a third-party seller. Does that make sense?
Eddie, is it 21 to buy alcohol over there?
Yes, and it's 21 to buy cigarettes.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's 19.
Right. How old do you have to be to sign your life away by joining the forces?
16.
16. So you can go die for your country at 16, but you can't have a beer or a cigarette.
Well, when I was I joined in 1989. I was 18 years old.
1899.
I ended up going into Desert Storm. I fought in the war. I was shot at. You know, we did what we had to do. I come back to the United States, and that's what you're saying, Andy. I'm old enough to take a bullet but I'm not old enough to drink a beer.
Yep. That to me is disgusting.
And it is. I'm sorry. There should be like, over
But
here.
there's always bull crap like that, isn't there?
Well,
there's loads of things like that.
Yeah, and we got Fraternal Order of Eagles, we got the Elks Club, we got DMV, we got all these private clubs and establishments. So why not set up one for just military personnel that's underage but have served or are serving now to let them fucking
scan their military ID and say you're allowed no more than 3 or 4 beers. That's it.
Exactly. And scan their ID after every one, so it keeps count. So if they try for a 5th one, you scan that ID and it denies it. Well, you've already hit your limit.
We all get crap like that, though, don't we, Dad? I don't know if you remember when I was like, so when I left school, I was, because I'm born in August, I left at 15 and I went straight out. I got a job and I was really lucky. I was an apprentice football coach, soccer coach to you, but apprentice football coach at a professional football club. And I worked my balls off. Done all the hours I could, and I managed to just be able to start paying tax. Now, when I left that job, I didn't want to be out of work long, so I went down a job centre and I said, "Can you help me get a job?" And they said, "No, we can't help you get a job because you're not 18." And I said, "Well, how does that help anything?" I said, "So if I'm still jobless when I'm 18, you've had someone not contributing to the system for 2 years at that point, or a year and a half." But they were happy with it; they were fine. And I just thought, how's that fair that I've paid into the system and I can't even use the system?
Yeah,
exactly. Like all these years that I started working when I was 15. So I've been working for quite a few years. Now, all this money that I paid into Social Security, which is kind of like a government set up retirement fund. They're saying by the time I can collect Social Security in the next 14 years, Social Security will no longer be there. So that money I paid in, that's not a right. That's my money. But we're not going to be able to get it. They're going to abolish. They're going to abolish Social Security retirement.
Sophie, you're not having one.
What age to buy a gun, weapon, Eddie? What are there? Here, Sophie, you have to be at least 18. You can go out, you can buy a shotgun. You don't have to have any kind of license or anything. But a handgun, you have to go and do a federal background check, which usually takes about 72 hours for them to do that. Other than that, you have to take your concealed weapons permit. There's a lot of stipulations in that you have to go through to get a handgun.
But how old though, Eddie?
18.
So you can buy a gun at 18, but you can't smoke a fat until you're 19. You can't have a drink till you're 21.
Exactly.
And more to the point, a gun, if you've got, say, a pistol, what's the maximum number of rounds that's going to hold? 11, 13?
You're right, Spitfire. That's why I said the age limit was 18.
Revolver has 12, doesn't it?
No, a revolver only holds either 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Get one with a clip.
That can hold up. That can hold up to fucking 15, 18 rounds.
Yeah, but the point being, the most you're going to kill with that is 15 or 18 people. How old do you have to be to drive a car over there?
16.
14.
Well,
16.
no, I stand corrected. You can actually get your learner's permit at the age of 15. You can take your test at the age of 16 and actually acquire your license.
Yeah. So how many people can you kill with a car?
What's up, Silver? Well, I don't know. It depends on how many people you can gather in a group at one time. Am I going straight in, or am I going to fucking turn this thing sideways and go through it?
Rip that e-brake.
The car is a potential serious killing weapon.
Actually, that's why they call it manslaughter, because it is considered a weapon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, each country, I don't know how you guys.
We all got the problems. Everyone's got bullshit policies.
Every state in the United States is different. Fucking, it's kind of stupid, really. I mean, if we are the United States and we're supposed to stand together as one, why can't all the laws and regulations be the same through every goddamn state?
Yeah.
This is how they divide and conquer people.
Yeah, no one gets input. No one really gets in power unless there's slight divide, though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because the people would all be in control otherwise.
That is
Who's
why no government.
Get chaos.
But that is why no government in the world wants its people all united.
Yeah, no one wants united.
Divided.
They hate United. That's why they don't like unions. You know, unions were rolled out years ago because it showed what could happen if you had people united.
Yeah.
Silver, you got to watch out for that, though. Silver Shroud. Ron DeSantis, yes, he's a hell of a politician. He is kicking ass and taking names, but that's what he wants you to do. Get on the wagon train. And once he gets enough people on the fucking wagon train, watch how shit changes. Kip had a question. Is it okay if he interrupts? Yeah. What's up, Kip?
There is no topic, Kip. It's just whatever we can come up with at the moment.
Exactly. We go from one story to the next. It don't matter to us.
Are we bleaching our assholes tonight?
Are we a bunch of what?
Are we bleaching our bum holes tonight, or is that tomorrow? Is it another night?
That's Monday.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the conversations never change much.
I'm confused because Kip says that's so true. I don't know which part is true. Pretty much everything I told you is what I know about Alaska. Other states in that, I couldn't tell you their policies, their laws, their fucking bylaws, or whatever the fuck they want to call them. Oh, it's today Kip's birthday.
In answer to your question, Kip, yes, it's perfectly acceptable to be depressed before your birthday. It's perfectly acceptable to be depressed on your birthday or any other fucking day.
You want to be depressed, be depressed.
They don't give a shit about you.
You know,
they don't like it, but if they kick up a fuss about it, then two shits about you, and they're just
Sophie, that's what it's about. Get the questions flowing.
Never apologize for asking questions. We might be three of the craziest, stupidest people on the fucking panel, but you know what? I think with the three of us combined, we could probably come up with a pretty good answer.
Where I work, Ted, it has already turned in. I might as well live in China. It's a Chinese company, and it's run the same. I've actually been bollocked this week. I'm isolating because I've got COVID, and they were like, "Oh, you know, you need to go for this test. Drive 90 miles." No, I'll go to one near me, thanks. So I went to one near me. Then I hassled them for that. Then they said, "Oh, you need to post send us an email with your LFT results." Yeah, fine. Got my driving license next to it to prove that it's not a fake or whatever. Oh, you need your company card. I said, well, that's at work. Oh, you should have it with you. No, I shouldn't. Work stuff belongs at work. I leave work when I leave work. It stays there. I said, I'll go get it if you want. Oh, no, we don't want you going back into the business with COVID. I said, well, exactly. So why are you grilling me? I said, I could be really ill right now. I'm not. I said, but I could be really ill and you're sitting here giving me a hard time. I'm real.
Well, you know, we're not going to get on that C word thing, but you notice how that's really died out of the news.
Yeah, it's all fucking Ukraine now.
I'm always
excuse me,
ways to keep myself entertained. You know, when I feel myself starting to get a little bit depressed, and I know it's going to sound stupid, but I watch these series on YouTube. And it's actually fucking marble racing. It's called Fubeca's Marble Run. And she's got different marbles for all different countries and that. And she has these elaborate fucking setup schemes and shit. And it's really relaxing to actually watch. And I'll sit here for hours and watch that shit.
Thank you, Amanda.
Well, I was getting a bit crappy earlier because obviously I've been stuck indoors for a week. And I said, Dad, I was like, Daddy, you going live tonight? He's like, yeah, it should be if all goes. And I was like, all right. He sent me a link. I said, yeah, I'll be up. I could do the interaction. You know, sounds good. You're in the right place, brother.
I got you on Messenger now too, I believe, right, Jack?
Yeah, man.
All right, so
what I'll do, BFFs.
what I'll do is I'll send you the link when I send Nicole the link for your dad. And if you join,
Yeah.
you join. If you can't join, you
I
can't
get a
join.
notification on my phone when you're going to go live. It normally comes up in about half hour before.
Yeah, but what I'll send you the link that'll bring you directly to the panel.
Oh, okay, sweet. Thanks.
And if you want to, you're more than welcome to. If you can't, that's not a big deal either. Me and Andy said it from the beginning. This show is not mandatory. If you got other family issues and that you got to attend to, please go attend to them.
Yeah.
Don't apologize that you couldn't make the show. This is not mandatory.
Nah, it's good crack though.
Jack can't make every single show anyway because he works shifts.
Yeah, no, that's it. But I do enjoy coming up here. I mean, it's good. And you know, going back earlier to Kip saying about, you know, being a little bit down or whatever before your birthday or on your birthday. I mean, it's a good place to be. Just let you, you know, open up a bit, have a bit of a laugh. It's like going down the pub just without the alcohol, unless people have cracked the beer. And if people have cracked the beer, I want to know why I weren't sent one to join you. But cool.
I mean, it's great having. I think it's perfect having you and your dad up here. I mean, it is. It's comical because you two fucking rid the shit out of each other.
Yep. Sophie,
I don't take the piss out of the old bastard that much.
Advertise your chat sites on Eddie's channel.
Yeah.
Oh, Ted, that slap at the Oscars. If you read more into that, they actually had somebody that is a body movement analysis specialist, and he believes that slap was not staged. He fucking slapped him. But here's what I don't get. Everybody got mad at Will Smith for smacking Chris Rock. Excuse me, but if you hold on. If you are standing there next to somebody and they say a joke, a sickening joke about your ill wife, what are you going to do?
I'd likely lay 4 knuckles straight between their eyes.
Thank you. So
I would not slap them. It would just blow into a almighty scrap there and then.
I think I can see why there's so there's so much about it, because I suppose the professional side. But this comes back, and I said this to my missus. I said to her, you don't know what that person's day was like before. You don't know before they came there what discussions they were having. His wife could have been broke down in tears 3 hours before that because she felt really insecure about herself. Right now, normally I know she presents herself as like a boss, but that's a mask as well at times for people.
Oh,
right? Should you go around hitting people? No. However, the reality is in the world, people get pissed every now and then. They're pissed off. It's going to happen. Just have a beer afterwards, shake hands, and say "fucking cool story."
I'm going to have to be on Will Smith's side on this though, because if I'm standing there and you making fun of my old lady, and now Jada Pinkett though, she has a very, very rare disease, and it causes her to lose all of her hair and everything. But if you're going to stand there and make fun of my wife, you got in front of God and country, I'm going to fucking drop you.
Yeah, and it would be totally different if they were doing it in private.
Yeah, now it would have been a fist fight.
Yeah, you know, if it was backstage and I said to you, Jesus, Eddie, you know, Missy's hair's all falling out again or whatever.
It'd have been like, you know, dude, that's not cool. You know, I wouldn't have been so pissed off, but yet you said it in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Chris Rock meant any harm by it. I really don't. I don't think he meant harm by it. He's a comedian. That's what I do. But
well, so is Will Smith.
When you ride the line, you're on the line. That's where you get that funny line. You're on the line. If you cross over it, you have to be prepared that some people aren't going to take to it too well.
And Will Smith didn't.
There's a 50-50, and you know that as a comedian. You know that if you're just a class clown. One day you'll tell a joke and it's funny. The next day you'll tell it, you're going to get a fat lip. That's just how it is. But to be fair, he hasn't really come out and said much about it. Again, it's the media make it worse than what it is. I think he was pretty much able to take it on the chin. Well, he literally did take it on the chin.
And the biggest part though about that is Will Smith even turned around and fucking apologized to him that he stepped outside who he really was. And Chris Rock, I think at this point understands, like, man, I probably would probably would have done the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want to see the pottery pics too. I was trying to get back to Shaz. I've seen her when she posted that.
Yeah,
But-
it don't have to be straight away, Shaz.
Yeah, whenever you get time. Rock so-called didn't know Will Smith and his wife were open about her illness. They're not open about it. That was the thing. She kept her illness hid. There's only certain close family members that really knew or knows. Well, now everybody knows what she's going through.
The only thing I don't understand about it all, and I don't think that's the right way.
Okay,
If I'd
Stephen,
moved up on stage and whacked him, I'd have been
Real-
arrested.
real quick, Jack. Here you go, Stephen. What we're talking about is at the Oscars the other night. Chris Rock and Will Smith were standing on stage. They're introducing the Oscars, and Chris Rock made a derogatory joke that aimed at Will Smith's wife, and Will Smith just turned and cracked him right across his jaw.
Like he should have done.
No, he didn't hit him with full meaning there. If he did, he would have.
No,
hit him with a
he
fist.
open
He
hand
slapped
slapped
him.
him.
He was being controlled as he could be, because he would have whacked him, I think. But you know, that's the life of a comedian, though, isn't it? Like, you are riding that line. You just gotta. And I think he has. I think that Chris Rock has taken it. I think it's the media make it into such a ball ache. You think, mate, these people have probably had a beer afterwards and said, like, oh, I'm sorry about saying that. No, I'm sorry for hitting you, man. All right, cool. End of story. Yeah.
Sophie, yes, please, absolutely, hon. Drop your link. Anybody who's got a channel that nobody here is subscribed to, everybody drop your links. But absolutely, Sophie, please share your page. Yes, Will Smith did give him a Philadelphia smackdown.
Yeah.
My way by.
I am surprised the police never got involved. I've got to say, I am surprised at that.
But you know,
Police will get involved if someone wants to press charges, because unlike in the UK, Jack, over there in the States, if no one wants to press charges, it's got to be something serious like fucking murder or kidnapping before
Yeah.
the police force
That's
it.
different here, isn't it? That's different here, because I know in my local there was two friends. They got in a fight. I don't know. There was like a peeler on the bar from, I don't know, whatever it was peeling, and they'd had a bit of an argument. He pulled it and slashed his face with it. But the next day he said to the police, "Don't want to press charges. He's a mate. We just had too many beers. We got stupid." And he was like, "No, I'm sorry. That's too far for that. That's got to go." And he got a suspended sentence for it, which, you know, that's fair enough. I mean, you shouldn't have slapped him around the face with a freaking potato peeler, but
You know yourself, Jack, you don't even have to do that with a fucking spud peeler and the police will whisk you away.
yeah, that's it. You get taken away. That's because of my situation that I've been through in the past. You know, that's why I think it was strange to me, because I thought, well, I was in the right and I still got whisked away.
Yeah.
And you have to go through it until it's proven, you know. But yeah, I'm glad for them they ain't got that ball ache anyway.
Shaz, I would take that stuff that you have, that you found. I just seen the pictures of it. She sent them to me. And I would seriously go get that looked at, because you could be fucking sitting on a lot of fucking money right there.
Yep.
What is that, pottery?
Yeah. From what she say earlier, it's from some big war.
There was a
18.
battle there in 1500 and something.
Yeah,
Oh,
where was
yeah.
it found?
A Roman quarry.
Yeah, where was it? Yeah, well, but you can find more out, can't you? If you know roughly where, 'cause you'll find where it's stationed. But also, so you got to look for the markings, didn't you?
Hmm.
So yeah, I would have that stuff looked at. If you believe that's where it's back from, I'd go have it looked at just in case, because like I said, you could be sitting on a ton of fucking money and have no clue. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. Here you go.
Wow.
So that's getting on for 2,000 years old.
They find a lot of stuff like that in Colchester, didn't they?
If it's Roman, but also on Roman sites, Romans quite often occupied previous sites from the Bronze Age or from the Iron Age, and also going back to the Bronze Age.
I'll have a look. I can send it to one of you lot. There's a link I know someone who can appraise that. If you wanted it appraised, just like get you a rough idea from photos, so I can pass his details, their details on. They're a nice family business.
Nicole, you're in my garden up.
Touch a person's name on chat and it will show the channel. Mine don't.
Oh, Sophie, awesome.
Mine doesn't show.
No, you have to hit the 3 dots and click go to channel.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, you don't click on their name. You got to click on the 3 dots. I'm like, ain't shit happening when I go over their name.
Yeah, Shaz, I'll definitely get them details across to you. Because like I say, they're a nice family firm. They won't take you for a run, but just by photos, they'll probably be able to give you a rough idea. And if it's worth a trip, maybe it might be something. I dare say if it was worth the money.
Well, even the amazing part is that the picture she sent me, the pictures she's sending me, the pottery itself is actually pretty damn clean.
Well, their work was to last, wasn't it? It's not like now a throwaway society. Theirs was to last.
More power to you, Shaz. Keep hunting. God only, you never know what you might find.
Can you send us a picture, Shaz, of the side of it as well, so I can see what the inside's like?
Andy, here, I'll share it to you.
Yeah, Sophie, Coach, you take away all the traffic and the madness away from it, and the nightlife with the squaddies. That's the history side of it. It's a beautiful place.
All right, I just sent the picture Shaz sent me to you, Jack, and to Andy.
Oh yes, I'll have a look at that a bit later when I can open it.
There you go, Nicole. Sophie can be your guide around Colchester for you. She'll be all right. Just buy her a cake and a cup of coffee. Someone her size, it'll be like a fucking week's worth.
Sophie, I'll slip you 20 quid. Leave her in the dungeon.
Yeah, Flicka, a lot of people say it's a 50-50 toss-up. A lot of people think it was a stage slap, and a lot of people don't think it was. And that's why they brought in a body analysis expert to tell by the movements if it was actually staged or if it was actually a smack.
I'll go through, though, there with that, Eddie, right? You are now awarding Will Smith the award of Best Actor.
And give Chris Rock the best stuntman.
So you can bring in a body expert. These people are paid to fool these people. But no, I'm not in the controversy. I think it was genuine. I think he got pissed off. Chris Rock clenched a fist as well to come back at him, but obviously thought better of it. So
yep, and Chris Rock just stepped back away from it. Like, nope, can't do.
But that's what you should be like. If you've stepped out of line and you get smacked around the face, if you're a man, you say, I deserve that one. I'll take it on the chin.
That's it. Yep. You smacked me in front of millions of people, but you know what? I deserve that.
Yeah, that's it. You have to move this side. Right.
Boy, how did we ever start talking to it? This is funny, man. Our fucking conversations just go all over the fucking place. You never know what you will find. And you know what, Flicky, the funny part is, though, is no matter where you're at in the world, no matter what you're close to, you never know what you're going to find. You could dig up something in your backyard and be like, holy shit, what the hell is this from? Until you do the history and figure out everything about where you are in the history of your land, you may never know what the hell you're holding.
Well, look, Dad, Sophie goes to Dovecourt in the old caravan park, Heidi High.
Good on you, Sophie.
Sophie, right, they've just actually done it all up. It's just literally been all done up. This week it's finished.
I don't know.
It's really nice.
Shaz is right here. She, oh, not that one, right there. She says Chris Rock didn't get the joke. Okay, you're right. Because if that joke would have been okay, Will Smith would have already known the joke was coming. That was ad-libbed. That was ad-libbed in. Chris Rock had there was no script for what he was fixing to say there.
There was
I
no
think he tried to be professional.
reaction either. All right,
I do think he tried.
Got to go for a piss.
All right, then.
No, I think he tried to be professional though, because if you look at him, and we've all done this, we've all found a joke not funny, but we thought it's not worth the ag, and we'll just laugh it off. And he done that. He started to laugh. He's obviously seen that his missus was pissed by it, and he's got up and obviously done something about it. I think that's all natural reactions. Don't know why the media are looking too much into that, because I've had jokes said to me before, and I think I don't like it, but I'll laugh it off.
Well, like you said too, though, before the Oscars, was Jada sick? Did she end up going to the hospital? Was she going through a bout or something? And all this is playing on Will Smith's mind, and then you make fun of my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he might have been amped up before he even got there, worried about her, making sure she's okay. So, in a situation like that, I really can't blame Will Smith. I can't.
Me neither. Me neither.
I mean, any true man that loves his woman is going to react exactly how Will Smith did.
Yeah.
Me, I probably would have picked him up and body slammed him, but that's just me. But yeah, you see the pictures I sent you, Jack?
I'm trying to get them up without losing my chat.
They're actually pretty goddamn clean pieces of pottery. Like I said, I'm surprised for something that was dug up. And if they were just laying on top of the ground with not looking very hard, I'd be kind of suspicious about them.
Yeah, they're nice.
I know, right? The one looks like the very first one, the kind of half-shaped one, kind of looks like one of them moon cookie fucking munchy kind of fucking things from what the fuck is her name? Betty Crocker, not Betty Crocker. God damn it, Little Debbie.
Trying to think what they're for though.
Cool. They were under a waterfall. Is there a cave? I mean, is there a cave or a hole or anything behind the waterfall that you can notice? Or because if there is, I'd be in there investigating. That's for damn sure. Pirates thought they were slick back in the olden days when they were hiding shit, figuring that, oh, nobody will ever find it here. But they actually hid shit, a lot of shit in the most obvious spots.
Oh no, that's why I don't use an iPad. Eddie, I'll send you this to forward to Shaz. They're the appraisers. That's the details. There you go.
Right. I'm sending it now.
Snopes? Who's Snopes?
Snoop. Can he drop it like it's hot?
Maybe I'm sending it. I can't find their fucking name now. What the fuck?
Oh, that's cool, Sophie.
And this is funny
because
Shaz. I just got a fucking message from Shaz. Now I can't find her in my fucking list.
Sophie, if you're heading to Dovercourt and Harwich in June, remember to bring your passport and visa. Anyone staying overnight needs a passport and visa.
Got her. All right, Shaz, I just sent you the link that Jack, I sent you the information Jack sent me. I just sent to you.
I'll tell you, my dream job, you probably get this on your TV, to be fair, Eddie, because it's in America. American Pickers. That is my dream job. I've decided.
You know, them two people, the two guys that were originally doing that split up, right?
Have they?
Yeah. They split up years ago. A couple years
ago.
Really? Yeah.
They were friends like since school as well, weren't they? Frank and
They were childhood friends growing up.
You bump into me, Sophie, I'll tell you to watch where you're fucking walking.
And again, look, Sophie says if I bump into Jack or Andy, I'll say hi. I bump into Eddie, I'm gonna tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Probably ask the question, what the fuck are you doing here as well?
What the fuck?
I live halfway around the world away from you for a fucking reason. What the fuck are you doing here?
It's quite
It
good
wasn't
fishing down there,
dug
actually, Dad.
It was on the river under a waterfall. Yeah, Shaz, I would look into what Jack's telling you and have that stuff looked at. Find out if it's authentic or not.
Val's got a caravan down there.
Yeah, the lake on there, that is actually quite good fishing. I've fished it a couple of times, but you normally get shoot off. But it's good fishing down there in that lake.
Just chat Sophie up a bit. She'll get you a permit to go on there.
That's it. Talk about history.
Who's Nicole calling fragile? Us or Sophie?
Nicole's fragile after sessions for a new Hoover.
Yeah, she's implying that we're fragile, us old people.
No, okay. Tell the guy that I fucking punched in the top of his head and he thought he fucking hit his head on the corner of a cabinet.
Yes, Nicole. That is just seriously cool stuff. Like, I that's all I watch on TV. I don't really watch TV. Don't watch the news. I just watch Netflix really, and Disney Plus, and that is the only stuff I do actually watch on TV. Is you know, salvaging old stuff. You know, I love old stuff. I just close everything. I just think it's timeless. Got to look after it as well, because once that's all gone, this throwaway society, in 100 years, your generation won't be remembered.
No.
Won't be part of history because there's nothing to show for it, because it's all throwaway crap.
Exactly.
You know, you've got cars for like 80 years old, still moving, because people have looked after them. Boats still moving.
Well, not being funny, there's books out there that are hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
In 200-300 years' time, if, I don't know, asteroid comes in, takes out the fucking half the world, stuff like that, big coronal mass ejection from the sun fries all the electrical circuits on the Earth, the vast majority of our knowledge will be gone, because it's all big now and on fucking databases.
What are you going to do in years to come? Oh, Dad, look at this, what I found. What have you found, son? Oh, I found this really old cloud drive. It's got all this cool stuff on. Oh, no, wait. Dad, have you got a USB? No, we don't have USBs anymore.
What the hell's a USB?
That's shit. Oh, my Snapchat memories run out. I've got no photos. I've got no photo albums.
Well, if you think about it, before Facebook and that became huge, you had that thing called MySpace.
Yeah.
How many people have ever been back to MySpace?
No, and Bebo. That was another one.
Yeah, Bebo. MSN.
MSN went off. I loved MSN.
So who was it? Flicker wants to know what I'm munching on. I'll tell you what. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Right.
No, Nicole, you don't want to go to Colchester partaking in digs that would bore you senseless.
Amanda, you're right. Everybody that ever had MySpace account still has it. Whether or not you can remember your fucking password and shit to get into it is another story.
Or even the email address that you used.
I have no fucking clue. Hence, this is why I never sign out of anything. Because I will never know if I can remember the fucking password or not.
Try to reboot. I think it's popular nowadays. Is it back? Because I tried to get back, because I had some photos. I mean, I was at school then, and they're like school photos.
I've never heard of Bebo.
Oh, Bebo went off.
Never heard of it.
Still.
So make Nicole digging with you. In fact,
you tell the girl you fancied at school that you fancied her because you didn't have to say it to her face. It was lovely.
I don't think I ever did.
On this beach for the ragworm, and you can tell Nicole that you're looking for Roman artifacts.
I nearly went digging a day, to be fair.
The email address attached to my MySpace was hacked by someone that stalked me between 2012 and 2018. Uh, it'd still be there, Amanda, unless they shut it down or you shut it down. The account's still going to be there. But yeah, I'd never heard of Bebo.
I will, Nicole. You'll be digging the
Right,
butt
nice place.
just like a good woman should.
She got long ass nails, dude. She can get to them fucking worms.
Yeah. I should probably get to my intestinal worms with them.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, once she bushwhackers through with a machete past your freaking piles,
Yeah.
Your piles are that bad that I actually thought it was your ball sack in your pants.
I'm eating fucking combos there, smart ass flicker.
They're them organic ones I made, Flicker. You just heat it up and let
These
it.
combos, these combos are pretty cool. These are buffalo blue cheese fucking filled combos, man. They're fucking up. It tastes like hot chicken wings.
Amanda, you shouldn't ask us to let you see something.
You never know what you're going to get a fucking eye full of.
I don't have to do it again, do I?
Nicole,
Oil.
Andy, you ready for this one? Look, looks like dog food, Eddie. Don't worry, Flucky, I ain't stealing your cookies.
What, Eddie?
I'm not eating her cookies.
Nicole private messaged me and said if Eddie was a dog, they'd have put him down. Oh, that's not very nice, Nicole.
If I was a dog, I'd have put my fucking self down. What's up, Terry?
Yo, Terry, how you doing, mate?
Amanda, you're absolutely right. Compared to darkness,
Very.
sometimes the challenge is worth it. It's not sometimes. The challenge is always worth it. Because if you fail, at least you learned. You know how to go forward from there.
Yeah,
So-
foul often.
Nothing tried is nothing gained.
The
Got
biggest,
foul often.
the biggest weakness of darkness is it only takes the tiniest amount of light to defeat it.
That is so true, Andy. 1 ounce of hope destroys darkness.
What about if you're just a miserable bastard like me?
Combos, okay. If Flicker wants to know what a combo is. What a combo is it's a little round pretzel thing, but in the middle, it's filled with artificial flavors of blue cheese and basically chicken wing flavor. And we got many different flavors over here. I mean, we got these, we got pizza rolls, but they're combos. It's just a little round pretzel filled with artificial filling.
I can guarantee you that if Jack sent you them, that blue cheese is 100% organic.
I am
Yeah,
not
that's
eating
it.
Jack's blue cheese.
He thinks he's not eating it. He thinks he's not eating it.
That bit in the middle, that artificial goodness, that is smeg.
That creaminess.
Wow, Amanda could actually figure out how to get back to her MySpace because she just says she went there and it says the account no longer exists. I wouldn't remember how to get back to my fucking space.
You go.
I have enough trouble finding my way home.
Or to the toilet.
I'm sitting on the toilet now, ain't I?
Yeah.
You might be.
It's nice and warm.
Yeah. At least I ain't been round. I don't have to smell it.
Now, Stephen,
Cactus.
it's not peanut butter. This one's filled with a blue cheese flavoring that makes it seem like you're eating hot wings dipped in blue cheese.
Why don't you get some of that hot chocolate to have after them?
Yeah, fuck you, man. I ain't doing that hot fucking challenge shit no more.
It can't be that bad, Eddie. The whole bar's only that big.
Yeah, I was surprised I ate 4 fucking pieces of it.
I bet he was fucking glad to give the rest away.
Fuck yeah, I was. I told him I even the plate that I had it on, a little fucking coffee saucer. I took it to him. I said, "You can keep the fucking plate. Don't give it back." That shit was fucking death-defying, dude. You have no idea after the show ended how bad my fucking stomach and shit felt.
Cramps.
Oh God, Amanda, Why you gotta fucking take my joy away from eating goddamn combos? Silver says, Flicka, you Gora, try haggis, bites, wash.
Fuck haggis.
I am not eating haggis.
Nit, not for me.
Freaky never got the bar. What bar? No,
You know
they
what
don't.
I do like in America that is crap over here is Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew in America is probably the best drink in the world, and then you get the bottles of it over here. They are absolute crap compared.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
absolute dog.
Dude, I love Mountain. That's all I drink is Mountain Dew.
When I went to Florida, I could have lived on it.
You did live on it.
Yeah, man. And lamb shanks.
I just lived on stress.
You lived in your own piss like you do at home.
Yeah. You all go out for a meal, Eddie. All go out for a meal. We're at this restaurant. We all choose exactly what we want. And I'm sitting there digging into mine, and my sister reaches over with her fork, wham, straight into my fucking food. And I just threw the plate out and said, "Here, you fucking have it." And just stormed out the restaurant.
Dude, I remember my, you know,
No, may I, or can I try that, or anything like that? I just fucking blew my stack there.
21 years ago, people. 21 years ago still hurts him.
22. This time, 22 years ago, we was a month and a bit away from leaving.
anything would taste good with whiskey
Last
sauce.
2 weeks of May, first week of June.
Dude, you want to eat a good meal with whiskey sauce? What you need to do then is you do a ribeye steak.
Coffee break.
And you charbroil it up now with your whiskey sauce. You take some blue cheese and your whiskey sauce, and you kind of melt that cheese to where it's like a paste, and then pour it over that fucking ribeye steak with a slap of fucking mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh hell!
Fried onions, you forgot them.
No, they're not called fried. They're called caramelized.
And how do you caramelize them?
On a flat top with butter.
Fry the fuckers in butter.
But yeah, you add caramelized onion. You're right, and pour that sauce over that steak. And I'll tell you what, you won't reach for the A1. You won't reach for fucking anything. You won't need it.
No.
I don't like. I've never tried any of the other Mountain Dew, Sophie. I only drink the original Mountain Dew. I won't step away from that because, to me, you had to have changed too much of a formula to create a new drink.
Yeah. That's like me with my Vimto. I'll drink that all day long. But most other drinks just don't like them.
Well, this is what hurts me working in a liquor store. People come up and ask me about wines, and I just kind of stand there and look at them. I'm like,
that one's red, that one's white, that one's pink. Take your choice.
exactly. I don't know shit about flavors, dry, wet, fucking sweet. I have no fucking idea.
No, me either.
They're like, well, what do you drink? And I said, Budweiser. I drink Budweiser. I drink with the fuck I know.
Not Budweiser.
Dry wine, though, Eddie. The bit that gets me about dry wine is when the missus throws it at her because you've said something inappropriate in a restaurant, and she throws her wine at you, her dry wine, it's still fucking wet.
Jim wants to know, is Mountain Dew a stimulant or a regular drink? Jim, to be honest, Mountain Dew is definitely a stimulant. It's more sugar and caffeine than probably just about any other soda out there.
It's the next best thing to speed that you can get. And Flicker, that is how you're supposed to eat steak, you fucking heathen.
Why? What'd she say? Just
with blood pumping out of it. Better for you.
I missed it. How are you supposed to eat steak?
You have it with it mowing.
Absolutely. That bitch better be bleeding when you bring it to my fucking table.
Yeah.
My God.
People think I'm fucking crazy. The more blood on the fucking plate, the better I am.
Yeah, me too. But I think I am a vampire.
I mean, chicken soup with whiskey sauce. It was a very bad Thanksgiving. Chicken soup was not good. The cats climbed the stairs sideways.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Oh my God. That, Terry, that's fucking funny, Terry. All right, I'm gonna step away. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Old people. Bathroom breaks.
Shut up, I can fucking still hear you. I just turned the camera off.
Yeah, I know. Get your potty out.
well, if you
Come
can
on,
still,
Miss Steady. Time for your poo.
yeah, if you can still fucking hear us, what are you putting them ear defenders on for? Because they're not being used as headphones.
I hope he's muted his mic now because we don't want to hear him.
No, if you're going to do a steak, you do it so as when it's on your plate, you can give it the kiss of life and it'll twitch.
Ooh, lovely. Miller and Carter in. Another good thing about Colchester, Sophie.
Miller and Carter. Ain't the cheapest, but their steaks are fucking amazing.
They've got a better place in Colchester, actually. I can't think of the name. Little place, little family business place.
Is that
Bella
the one
Pay.
on the grill?
No, Bella Pay, I think it's called. Lovely. They give you an absolute gravy boat with peppercorn sauce and stuff in it. Oh, unbelievable. Just have to wait about 3 months for a booking.
Hey, Cass.
Oracle's in. You ever seen Benidorm?
What's
You ever
the-
watch Benidorm? That's like a series, like a comedy series. And there's a geezer on it called The Oracle. And whenever I see her name, it always reminds me of it. That's Johnny Vegas. I think that's his
I
name.
always think of the Oracle in the film 300.
Yeah. Good shout, yeah.
Picture Cassie sitting there with her neck curtain fucking dress, dancing away in these highly psychedelic fumes.
Worse things to be doing.
So, from what I've heard, there have been no complaints from you about taking a bit of meat in the mouth.
Hi, Cassie. I don't know.
A lot less full in the face.
I don't understand what she means by the texture of the meat. You mean the fibers? I mean, the texture is no different than eating fucking chicken.
From what I've heard, Eddie.
Me too, Sophie. I've got a daughter, but me too.
Getting as much meat as she can in her mouth.
Is she in a competition with Steven?
Probably.
Sorry, Steven. I just couldn't pass that one up.
Sophie and Stephen's sausage fest.
They're gonna have a
UK competition.
They're gonna have a fucking meat stick eating contest. I ain't gonna go any further than saying that. Sophie, I'm sorry to hear that, but to be honest, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
I'm glad you're the one who's just said that because I'm sitting there for. I hope someone else asks this. I don't want to look too stupid.
Well, I'll look stupid because I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what lactose intolerant means and shit like that, but what she said, I ain't got a clue. It's like a egg fried rice, chicken curry, no vegetable. That's it.
Chips and rice, brother. Chips and rice.
Flicker's happy as long as she gets a good length of black pudding.
Cassie, my dear, are you still here?
Do you know what, Stephen? If someone chewed mine and they said it was a chewy piece of meat, I'd be happy because by now I think it's more like a bit of crappy chewing gum.
That's been left on a fence all summer.
Yeah.
The longer I got to chew on that piece of meat to get it down, the better it is. If that bitch is tough like leather, I don't want none of it. I only stick to certain foods because of textures. Oh, okay. All right. So that kind of makes sense then. That's like me. I can't stand coconut. I cannot eat coconut.
Oh, avocado for me.
When Nicole gets here, Sophie, come stay here for a week. At the end of the week, you will be eating anything you can get your hands on. I'll just fucking starve you for 7 days.
Well, Sophie's talking about texture, and I'm sorry, but coconut, I don't mind the smell of it, but she's right. The texture of coconut, I just can't eat it. Like Mounds bars and shit. Like, no, I'm good.
I don't mind the texture of coconut. The thing that fucks me off with coconut is it's indestructible. You chew the shit out of a piece of coconut for hours, and it's still
the same piece.
Only if you're a thick fucker.
Well, I don't like to boast.
Well, Shaz would scare me. Nobody marries Shaz. She makes fucking gunpowdered potatoes.
Is that gunpowder on the way in or gunpowder on the way out, Shaz?
No, Shaz, that's you're cooking them wrong. You just don't put the tin in the microwave. It's not gunpowder. Just you don't put it in the microwave.
Hours convincing Shaz out to fucking heat up potatoes.
Sophie, I'm going to tell you how hard it is going to be not to make a comment about this.
Stephen, see if you can help her out. Be a bit charitable, mate.
Yeah, why don't you guys go private on Messenger or something? Sophie, I'm sorry. I'm not.
I think for most blokes, that's a good thing, Sophie. We probably just twinged a load of blokes in here.
You get. I'm sorry, Sophie. I'm laughing with you, not at you.
Why are you leaning back now, Eddie?
Fucker.
God's sake. Control yourself, man.
You know, you're thousands of miles away. She can't fucking reach you. She's just got little hobbit arms.
Dude, the way technology is nowadays, I don't trust shit.
Get that other arm up.
Freaky wants to know, will you gag on an angry inch? Oh, I think he means an average inch. I don't know what an angry inch is.
An angry inch is a hard on, isn't it?
For him.
Flick up.
Flick gags on mushrooms.
Just chop up the magic mushrooms fine, stir them into the fucking bolognese in the last 2 minutes, and then serve.
Hold on. If Flicky can't get past a fucking mushroom in her mouth, Ted, you're fucked.
Ted, you're
say that some blokes have a cock shaped like mushrooms. I've been in enough football changing rooms to know. Stephen vouched for that. See?
Oh, Andy's typing. This is where everybody starts worrying.
No, just replying to Nicole's little observation.
I thought Dad was going to put a photo of his piece in there for a minute.
I haven't been able to get used to the Hubble for fucking ages. Yep, so do I, Stephen. Them little pixie hat fuckers that you pick around about autumn.
I mean, penises are ugly, especially bent ones. Well, Sophie, most people's penis leans to the side of whatever hand they are.
Opposite hand of what they are.
So if you're right-handed, it should lean towards your right hand because it's used to going in your right hand.
Wrong.
Hang on.
You're right-handed. Here, hold on. Let me fucking hold on.
Yeah, that's pretty much straight up and down, Jack.
Oh my God, it's like
well, right now, mine's
Hagrid's down there.
Mine right now is looking for water in the ground. It's pointing straight down.
Mine's tucked up inside me when I look at you lot.
Freaky says, Sophie, don't look at the shape. Just be glad it works.
That's it, Freaky. Show some gratitude.
Freaky come out the gate saying, you know what? Might not be pretty, but it works.
One way or another, bitch, you're going to moan about this.
So
That's not me, but this I can vouch for that. I've been in enough changing rooms. I've pissed on enough blokes when they've turned round, and I've seen their piece in the showers, and some are like a mushroom.
Yep.
I think they get this. I think they get money for it though. They get. I don't know how much disability benefit is now, but I think they still get money for it.
Well, it's funny though. You know the old fucking myth that a black man's penis is bigger than a white man's.
Yeah.
When I went to
I've
jail,
never seen a short one.
nah, when I went to jail and I had to fucking shower, and you're showering with fucking like 20 other guys. All these black guys would look at me and then fucking turn away. Look, I ain't bashful. I'm built.
The fact that you were sitting there scrubbing it for 10 minutes with a fucking soapy hand don't mean
It's
nothing.
mine. I can wash it as fast as I want.
And as long as you want.
Apart from that one guy who keeps edging closer to him.
That's no. That's why I always had my soap on a rope.
You can pull it
No,
back.
it's just
He kept dropping his rope in front of yours. Nibble,
No,
nibble.
that ain't never happened. Hey, man, I mean,
He'd lather himself up in the shower and then just hanging the fucking loop over the end of his knob.
yeah, no. I
Do
started.
you know what?
learning
My work
fucking-
colleagues,
They're
I started-
ruthless with me.
I started learning when the showers were open and when they closed, and I paid attention to everybody else that went in there. I'd get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning just to go in and shower and get done and be back in my fucking bunk.
I had an incident a couple of years ago, and like my colleagues could see, I weren't in a good way from it, like thinking about it and stuff. And rather than showing me a bit of sympathy, they said, "So if you go to prison, Jack, what are you going to be? You're going to be the bitch, or are you going to keep trying to scrap?" He said, "It's probably just easier if you just take it." He said, "You'll get
No.
more commissary." I thought, what the fuck kind of pep talk's that?
Flicka, I'm not gonna fucking show you my penis.
Eddie, that sounds like a dare.
Ted, yeah, but Ted might get mad at me.
Yeah, true that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Nobody has my
or he
phone,
might have a good laugh.
nobody has my phone number. Actually, no, Andy, I think you have my number, don't you?
Fuck if I know. I don't even know if I got my number.
Dad's still got speed dial.
I'm the people ask me what my fucking phone number is. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't call myself.
That's a crappy chat up line, isn't it, that one?
Andy, that's
Don't
not
know yours,
happening.
but I'll borrow you.
Don't know mine, I'll borrow yours. I've heard that one before.
So here in Alaska, we have what they call a PFD. It's called a permanent dividend fund, and it's paid to Alaskans that are residents here, that have lived here, and it's all from the pipeline, the oil pipeline, and everything. Now, for 6 years, I've never filed for this PDF, never, because it wasn't my money. I wasn't here when all this shit started, but now shit's getting so fucking bad money-wise. I filed this fucking year. I'll be getting about $2,300 back in November,
That's correct, yeah.
and it's all free
That's just
money.
a good text.
It's bragging but showing now. It's all 4 inches.
Quick grab some.
What the fuck is on your TV, Jack?
You're right, like it's all of 4 inches when I bend it in half.
Eddie, you missed out on the perfect excuse. No, it's not 4 inches. It's about 2 inches now. 2 inches off rubbing on the ground.
What do most guys say though? I'm not a shower. I'm a grower.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I've been waiting since I was born for it to grow. Look at you. Where you going, Eddie? What's going on?
Did your beer smell nice, Eddie?
Now all night long I'm gonna think there's a fucking spilt beer in a liquor store. Oh my God, Flicker!
Nicole's coming in now. Look,
What the?
Nicole, you can't say stuff like that.
Why not? She's been listening to it.
Well, the age is probably the most experience, I guess.
Oh no, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, me too. I've got a daughter, but I am a virgin and a nun.
I got 2 sons, and I'm a virgin.
I'm a Capricorn. I'm proud of it.
You're an altar boy. Shut up.
To be fair, though, I am a lesbian. I will say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All men are bastards.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a lesbian trapped in a male's body because I love that pussy.
I've got to put my glasses on.
You guys are all fucking
I'm
sick.
losing the ability to read here.
Fuck you, freaky. Nobody asked you for your fucking 2 cents. No virgin with grandkids.
Yeah, and what's more, Eddie gave birth to them.
Yeah, God bless Skip.
Take
Kid.
care.
God bless, man. Look, I know you're going to go through a hard time for the next 48, 72 hours, man. But trust me, God's going to be with you and he has a plan. Take it easy. Thanks for coming in, brother. Oh, no, Flicker, you can only bend it in half when it's soft. When that bitch is hard, if you try to bend it in half when it's hard, I'm punching you right in the fucking face.
Did you learn this when you were in prison? Because don't you have to insert it into your bum floppy, I've been told, and then wait for it to erect. Is that what you've done in?
I was never in prison.
Oh, not prison.
I only went to jail. I never
What
been to
goes on
prison.
in jail stays in jail.
It's different over there.
No, because
Like county jail.
I purposely make myself get locked in solitary so I didn't have to deal with anybody.
Yeah, beat the fuck out of the sheriff.
Sounds like my life. I just don't like people.
And when you're standing up in front of the judge and he says, "Why did you beat the fuck out of the sheriff when he pulled you into the station?" Because I wanted a solitary cell.
Yep.
He pulled the wrong
Exactly.
arm.
Either that or he pulled the wrong arm.
And the first stint in solitary is usually 6 months right off the bat.
Oh, fuck that.
No, fuck no. I didn't want to be in fucking general population. I didn't want to be around them fucking people. What I did was wrong, and I admitted to my mistake.
I mean, only 6 months. I'd want my whole sentence in solitary.
Oh, I did, because they initiate 6 months solitary right off the bat, but my sentence was only 3.5 months, and then I was out of jail. So I did serve my time in solitary confinement. But it is getting to be that time, guys. Yes.
Crazy.
Oh, I'm going to give you all a heads up. Hours will be changing. Our stores are going to start staying open longer again. I don't know if they're going to open any sooner or what time. Times are going to change. The show time is going to change, and it shouldn't be drastic. It should only be by about an hour either direction. But I'm just giving you guys heads up with us going into season. Hours at the liquor store change, so my hours are going to change. So I'll try to keep it as close to what we have it as now that I can.
Good plan.
Remember the famous words from Predator 2. Shit happens.
Do you know what, Stephen? There could be truth in that, because honest to God, once I felt like that happened to me when it slipped out the good hole and into the bad, nearly into the bad hole, and that bent me around like a pretzel. That hurt like hell.
It is true. You can actually fracture your penis. That's what they call it. But I mean, it will heal. But yeah, it hurts like a
Yeah, I definitely didn't snap it, but it hurt like hell.
It ended that sex session real quick.
You'll be walking with a 3-legged limp for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Women think they got it bad when they get hit in the crotch. Bitch, try having a set of balls slapped up into your throat.
Yeah.
Their ones are an elbow to the tit, and that's the bad one for a woman.
You know, and here's funny. And ladies, I want you to understand.
I don't know. I found a punch on the nose always shuts them up really quick.
I would rather,
bastard.
I would seriously would rather be punched in the balls than have a woman come up and just flick that motherfucker. That flick hurts for fucking hours.
Sounds like good foreplay, this.
Well, it might be if you're a Neanderthal.
Eddie, it's when you get those fat bungee straps with the steel hook on the end and someone pulls it back and go, whack.
Yeah. Try having babies. Try having periods, PMS, and babies, Eddie. Laugh out loud. Okay.
Nicole, you can't remember them.
I was going to say, number one, Nicole, do you have a baby?
No, but she lost 6.
So you wouldn't know what that feeling's like. So don't compare it to that because you don't know.
No,
The second one, PMS, that is a hormonal change in your body, and men go through the same fucking thing. We have our times of the month where we get fucking irate, irrational, emotional. Just because it's not called PMS doesn't mean we don't go through it. Periods, periods is just like having the fucking runs, you know.
You're actually going to have a parade at your front door in a minute.
I couldn't explain that any better. Oh, look, Nicole, that's not something you need to throw out in the room, and I apologize about that. Well, that just made me feel like shit. Way to go, Nicole.
Better than the ice water challenge.
Yeah, my other half don't do very well. Like her periods like proper. Like she gets these headaches. They're the things. Not like you do. I tried chocolate, just gets thrown back at me. But I do throw it in there like a grenade, like it's going to actually save something. I throw it in and shut the door, and I'm like, take cover, and then don't go down too well.
What you should do, Jack, is 2 days before her period's due, just give her what you will call a paracetamol.
I ain't got a memory that good. I can't remember each month when it is.
Just feed it to her every fucking day to be sure then.
Okay, hold on. These women still, they want to talk about having a baby. I'm going to ask them now, have you ever tried to pass a kidney stone through your penis?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that's agonizing.
That may only be the size of a grain of sand, but you will hear a guy scream like he is being stabbed to death.
That flicker. I watched my daughter be born. I don't ever want to try it. I don't want to see it again. I
watched my one son being born.
She's worth. My ex gets all the credit for that. Bless her. She's done ever so well.
But I learned never to get within arm's reach when she's having contractions. Because that bitch gets a hold. Man, if she gets a hold of you, dude, you're done.
That was like a whack-a-mole. When I watched my daughter come out, it was like whack-a-mole. She kept bobbing in and out and in and out.
Your son was only 4. When I was born, I was 8 pounds, 8 ounces. My shoulder span was 18.5 inches, and my fucking head circumference was 16 inches. So you can't imagine what my mom went through, and I was born 2 weeks late.
This is where I so wish I had some Velcro laying apart because I could just.
No, gallstone's totally different than a fucking kidney stone, Stephen. The only way you're getting rid of, well, they come up with new procedures now. They can actually go in and shoot it with a laser and disintegrate it. So now you just pass. You piss out, you just piss out the dust of it. But before that happened, you had to piss through a fucking screen to make sure you caught that kidney stone, so you could take it back to the hospital. So while you're standing there with your dick in one hand, a sip, whatever, in your other hand, trying to piss this thing out, screaming like a banshee in fucking heat.
He's going like this.
Yeah, it's not fun for guys either. Women, yes, you guys do go through a lot more than we go through, and we give you hell for it. But what women don't know is what we actually go through.
It's been like that since time immemorial, Eddie.
Yep, I know.
This is the proof that God is not a woman.
Well, yeah, he has tortured them more. But I always got worried growing up because my dad said any woman that can bleed for 7 days and live, run.
Oh,
Well, I'm thinking if I can get the money together this year, I'm going to go and have the old snipperoo done. So I'm not looking forward to that. I think that would be pretty.
Jack Bunger's a 10 or I'll do it.
Fuck off.
See, now hold on. Flicker says, have you ever had forceps rammed up your jap eye? My son was forceps delivery. It was bad. Now, here's the difference, though. That opening down there for you women
4
was
inch.
actually designed to be able to spread open.
Yeah.
Our fucking opening is not designed to fucking spread
Yeah.
open.
At the time of giving birth, a woman's supposed to be 10 centimeters or 4 inches.
They're not always. So Jade, I know that for a fact. She was dilating. The babe just started coming. So that didn't work out.
Should have just ran out to the car and got the fucking jack.
I am a jack.
All right, then grab the jaws of life.
No, I'll take my hat off there. I remember it as clear as day, and how she went through that, I'll never know.
I'll tell you, I have the utmost respect for a woman that can lay there and give birth, especially natural childbirth, with no drugs or anything administered. To me, that woman right there would go into an MM ring and whoop anybody's ass. She could take that pain. You can beat the shit out of me, but you ain't gonna hurt me because watch this.
Congressional Medal of Honor material.
I would. I have to say, I'd choose being a bloke. Genuinely, I would, because of the monthly visits.
I'd choose being a bloke because of the superiority that we have.
What bloody relationship are you in?
I was gonna say, do we really have superiority?
I'm the boss in this relationship.
I wouldn't want it.
Now, Jack, he's
No,
saying that.
no, I am the boss in this relationship, and I've got Nicole's written permission to say so.
He's saying this on camera, but you know what happens when you're, yes, baby, yes, dear, yes, honey.
Actually, it's more a case of, sorry, Nicole, I didn't mean it.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to cut the show. I got to get ready to go to work.
Please don't
Well,
fucking call me again.
Jack, thanks so much for coming out and hanging out with us. Andy, as
Thanks for having
always,
Yeah,
you're the
Jack.
co-host with the most. Everybody in the room, we greatly appreciate you hanging out with us. And this time, it really didn't get that dirty. I mean, it did, but it didn't.
It was the women's fault.
It's always fun hanging out with you guys. And as long as you forgot your troubles for the past hour and a half, we did our job. That's all there is to it.
Good
But
one.
on that note,
Yes, sir.
I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, Andy will be here, and maybe we can get Jack back up. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Thanks for
on
having
that
me,
note,
and thanks everyone in the chat. Have a nice evening.
love
Take
every
care,
single
everyone.
one of you guys. Talk to you
Don't do
soon.
anything I would do unless you test it first.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. All.